Today, I want to share with you esoteric knowledge about one of the major differences between women and men. Esoteric because this knowledge is hidden from the majority of people. From the scientists, it is hidden by their arrogance. From the ordinary people, by their laziness, their habits, and their inability to question and to change their habits. Otherwise, it is freely available for everybody. Men and women dramatically differ in the way we made. I like the battery analogy. One is the ordinary battery, the other is rechargeable. The ordinary batteries are sold full, the rechargeable empty. Recently they are also being sold fully charged, but in fact, while sitting on a shelf, rechargeable batteries lose most of their charge. So essentially they are still sold empty. Another lie, but who cares? We are drowning in lies, so one more, one less. An ordinary battery cannot be recharged. It is written on it, do not recharge, because it will leak or explode. But the rechargeable battery can be charged. Not just can, it should get charged and discharged repeatedly. If it doesn't, the rechargeable battery loses its ability to store electricity. This is another close analogy to us. Men are like rechargeable batteries. Any boy is born empty and needs to acquire certain qualities, get charged, in order to become a man. But women are like ordinary batteries. At birth, they are at their peak. Every girl in the world is born with all her feminine qualities she will ever have in this lifetime. She will not acquire any more qualities, not one of them. But these qualities can be lost if a woman tries to improve herself, following idiotic advices of the traditional psychologists and the modern tendency to live by the man's rules. There is nothing to improve, ladies. You are perfect since birth. The problem is that today we live in the man's world. The life success is measured in terms of competitiveness and achievements. This creates stress that, along with working on yourself, destroys your physical and psychological health, your feminine and other qualities. The problem is getting worse because a lot of men today are losing their masculine qualities. Being naturally more responsible, women often have to take care of what men should do, from changing a light bulb to earning a living. Men are made in such a way that when we see that something is being taken care of, we consider this as being taken care of already, so we don't bother to do it ourselves. Luckily, there are still enough real men who want to make happy a particular woman, perhaps you. So don't give up. You are not alone. I'm here for you. Now, let's talk about how we men function in terms of my battery metaphor. If women are born fully charged, men are born empty, like rechargeable batteries. Growing up, every boy has to endure his share of hardship, sweat and get hurt while doing sports or fighting with other boys, get used to discipline, learn to control his emotions and desires, and so on. Without reasonable hardship, a boy will grow up to be a weak, cowardly, irresponsible creature, just what we see today instead of real men. If a rechargeable battery doesn't go through charge-discharge cycles, it loses its ability to store electricity and becomes useless. Same with men. If we don't get enough hardship, we quickly degrade. Just what we see today. Another similarity. A rechargeable battery can be recharged hundreds of times. Similarly, most men can fall and race by themselves time and again, yet without any external help or motivation. It doesn't mean that many of us do, but still, this is our physiological feature. A man can lose everything, start from zero and climb even higher than before. There are numerous examples at all times and everywhere. Don't make me call names. Women, on the other hand, once fell down, are much less likely to recover. Just like it is written on an ordinary battery, do not recharge. This is your psychophysiological feature, and sorry, you can do nothing about it. Even doctors know that over 80% of women abusing drugs or alcohol never recover. This is why it was always said that girls should preserve their inherent purity and other feminine qualities. Today, many women try to work on themselves by playing the man's game. Go to gym, compete in business and in life. This might give you some results, but such activities burn up your vital energy at an incredible rate. Thanks to the global hoax named gender equality, which has already destroyed millions of lives and families. Here is a link to the video about it. Now, about our self-esteem. This we also build differently. If a man can convince himself that he's okay and raise back, for a woman it's almost impossible. We have totally different mechanism of restoring our self-esteem. This is why it always irritates me when famous specialists sell to women their misleading crap, what works for men only. The male self-esteem is internal, self-producing, whereas the female self-esteem is external, made of the opinions about you by your closest surrounding. It might sound weird, especially if you was feeding on the traditional mainstream knowledge about life. But these are not my ideas or opinions, this is our scientific knowledge. Too bad the science is forgotten today. But no worries, I'm here for you. As long as you stick around, you'll be fine. If you don't reject it right away as something controversial and at least give it a thought, something wonderful will happen. Your life will start changing. This time for better. Since the woman's self-esteem is made of opinions of others about her, raising it becomes very simple. All you need to do is surround yourself with people who think highly of you, love you, or at least like you, and remove from your surrounding all those who are trying to put you down or degrade you in any way, even if they are your closest relatives, especially if they are your closest relatives. Our closest ones usually do us the most harm. And you know what? By telling you this, I'm not putting you down. I'm only reminding you about your true nature. This is a huge subject, completely ignored by our mainstream psychology. Of course, they live off repeated clients, and your mental health, freedom and happiness reduce their income. Our overall value and its dynamics in life are also different. Let me show it to you. The x-axis here is the time of our life, from birth to death, and the y-axis is our value in the wide general sense. Here, 0 means absolutely worthless, and 100% is the absolute top of your realization in all aspects. A woman is born at 100% like an ordinary battery. Any girl has in her all the feminine qualities she will ever have in this lifetime. A man, on the contrary, is born empty at 0% value, like a rechargeable battery. He should grow up to his highest potential level, like this. That's in theory. In reality, a man always grows like this. Fall, raise, and so on. Because recently, since about mid-20th century, men started to degrade. We became weak and irresponsible. Why does it happen? Some other time. Today, a huge part of men don't want to put any efforts in growing up, becoming stronger, smarter, more responsible. It is much easier to keep lying down, both literally and figuratively. And they still want to enjoy life, and particularly being with women. But they cannot reach to the initially high women's level. They cannot afford it, in other words. What do you do when you cannot afford something? Right, you bargain, trying to reduce the value of it, to make it cheaper in order to be able to afford what you want. This is what we see all the time. A lot of men put women down, humiliate them, and diminish their value in other ways. This is essentially a bargain process. Instead of getting the means to afford something exquisite, they pretend this is not exquisite at all, something ordinary, cheap. Unfortunately, most women fall for this, especially if they are not particularly beautiful, in accordance with another scam called generally accepted standards. There is no such thing as generally accepted standards. This is simply the way the corporate world makes you feel bad about yourself and forces you to pay them to feel better. But I digress. Every woman is truly beautiful from the very first day of your life till your last breath. It is just every age has its own beauty criteria. Sorry, I digress again. As a woman, you deserve the best in life simply because you are who you are. The moment you realize and accept it, your life will start to change. Hope it won't be too late, when your only concern will be not to forget to take your memory pills. Again, if your self-esteem goes down, so does your health, femininity and happiness. And it's super hard to recover it all back. So don't let anybody or anything humiliate you. A battery cannot be recharged. Everything you lose now, you lose forever. And the quality of your life decreases every time you let someone put you down. We will talk more about it. For now, if you have questions or need help, write to me and drop by at my free webinar on Saturday mornings. I promise to help you.